Good afternoon, everybody. This is Lorraine, Alternative Homesteading. I see that my camera here is blurry because it usually means that some criminals have been on my phone. But I hope everybody's doing okay. It's Tuesday. Yes, it's Tuesday. I believe it's the 16th. And here comes Tina. Tina, do you want to say hello? You tell them Tina is no longer a girl. She's a rooster now, and the rooster wants to pick up my boots, right? But I want to give a shout out to Jeff, the American guinea pig cash cow, who's been staying here. And we've had two unusual things happen. One on his way here, and two while he was here. Actually, a couple of things happened while he was here. But before I go on, please hit the thumbs up button, like, comment, share, and please subscribe. That would be helpful because then you can receive the notifications of when I post. So we just had a lot of rain here, and it's very wet. Right, it's very wet. The birds are looking for worms and bugs and stuff. So while Jeff was driving here, I received one of my Chewy Auto shipments. And inside my Chewy Auto shipment were bags of dog treats, like for skinny dogs. Diet dog treats. They were low-calorie diet dog treats. And they're called something like a naked something or other. And I looked at it, it's like, I didn't order dog treats. So I go into my order. I thought, okay, well, maybe I ordered it accidentally thinking they were cat treats. But no, I didn't order it. And then I realized that the criminals, the perpetrators, did it intentionally to let me know that they knew that he was on his way here. But of course, we all know that he was going to be here because he actually announced it on his channel. But the criminals, they're into everything that we do anyway. So that's one thing. So before his arrival, I received my auto ship from Chewy with bags of diet, low-calorie dog treats for fat dogs. And Bella is a little bit chubby. She's a little bit on the chubby side. So that's number one. Then I place an order on Amazon. And what Amazon does is they usually send me a text message when my package is going to be shipped or is on its way. So the morning of the delivery, I received a text message. And it said, your package is on its way, Jeff. And it's like, Jeff, he didn't tell me that he ordered a package. Like, I was a little remiss thinking that, he's only been here a few days and that he's ordering packages and sending them to my home address. But that was not the case. Someone intercepted my Amazon account and switched the name from Lorraine to Jeff, likely to cause a little anxiety that when I saw that, thinking, wow, he's ordering and sending stuff here, but also to let me know that they know that he's here. Number three. When Jeff was here, I decided to give him some chicken eggs and some little goodies. I have a lot of treats, and then I gave him a packet of instant oatmeal and stuff. So I guess he was out in the garden or whatever, and he comes back and he sees that the bag of oatmeal that I gave him, the instant oatmeal, was tossed outside of his RV on the floor. It let us know that the criminals have been in his RV. So, folks, I'm going to tell the targeted people out there that whether or not they're my perps, because Jeff says, oh, look what your perps did. And it's like, they're not just my perps. They're like so excited. They get to double dip now. It's like 2 victims for the price of 1 for these criminals. They're probably getting paid overtime because there are 2 of us here now. So these criminals follow you wherever you go. I mean, as I mentioned, I moved from New Jersey to rural Kentucky, and it followed me here. And I can't go into all the details now about it, about how it is the same, but possibly even worse but very similar. Like it's very script-like. So it's like a lot of the things that were happening to me in New Jersey with regard to the vandalism of the house, the cats, my clothing. It was just a script. It was just repeat, like rewind, repeat, rewind, repeat. So a lot of what happened to me in New Jersey exactly happened to me here. But of course, you would think in a rural area, why? How would that happen in the middle of nowhere? I've got copters flying overhead. Jeff has witnessed that. I hear hums in the sky. You can't see a vehicle up there, but there's somebody up there, whether it's AI. I know some person told me that it's probably HARP, that it's AI. You know, you're hearing some bizarre sounds up in the sky that are kind of following me. But also, my rooster, Tucker Carlson, who someone very cute described him as Clucker Carlson, a couple of days ago developed like a rooster respiratory infection. Where he got it, I have no idea. I don't know if it's because the temperature changed from warm to cold or whatever, but he's been having that little weird kind of wheeziness. And last year, or I should say the year before, I purchased all these homeopathic medicines for the birds, and one is called Vet RX. And I know where I left it. I left it in a Rubbermaid container in the chicken coop. And I went there and it is gone. These criminals stole it. It's almost like they intentionally caused my rooster become ill. And then when I go to retrieve the medicine for it, they have stolen it. And this is not the first time. They have given me a burn. And then I went to receive, you know, the aloe that I purchased for myself, and they had emptied my aloe. And this is consistent with everything they do. They create the problem, the reaction, the solution. The solution is always that they steal whatever it is that would remedy or heal the problem. And in this case, the homeopathic rooster upper respiratory medicine. So now I had to order another one, and I'm not going to get it until the 19th. So it's just exhausting. It's debilitating. It's sabotage of my life at every step of the way. And for those people that really don't know me, I'm one of those prepared people. I've always been. I prepare in advance for things. So if I know that it's going to rain next week, I will have, you know, my rain gear and whatever. If I think that the winter is coming and I might have a cold, I'll already buy my throat lozenges, my cough syrup, you know, my elderberry and stuff like that. I don't wait for the last minute to do things. I'm prepared. And these criminals, and I know where I place my belongings. And these criminals not only move things around so that you can't locate them, but they steal things. For instance, when I moved to Kentucky, and I was living in my car for those 6 weeks, I brought with me in my car only the things that were absolutely necessary, like a jacket, a pair of pajamas, socks, underwear, and a raincoat, knowing that I would definitely need a long raincoat here. As soon as I moved into my house, they stole my jacket, stole my raincoat, which was virtually new. And I had actually purchased it at Nordstrom, so it was a really nice raincoat. And they ruined, destroyed my huge handbag. It's like they burned it with a directed energy weapon. So for the targeted people out there this happens to, I know somebody was saying about their garden. I have garden sabotage too. I'm in my 3rd year for having fig trees. I got my first figs last year. This year I should have had an abundance of figs. But as the buds started budding, the criminals were on my property and burned, charred all of the buds and the branches. They also planted grass in the garden vegetable bed that I created last year. So it is covered in weeds and grass, and this is not natural. You know, everybody gets a few weeds in their garden beds. You got to pull them out and stuff, but we're talking about this happened over the winter time. And they planted grass, like it is thick grass, in my garden beds that I've got to now chop out. But anyway, folks, I'm really curious, to what extent does the sabotage happen to you if you're a targeted person? And you know what? If you think that you might be, please leave a comment down below, because a lot of times these events start happening to people years in advance of them actually realizing that they have been placed on some hit list. And that pretty much happened with me. I started noticing a lot of bizarre things in 2012, 13, 14. It really ramped up around 15, 16, and it just got progressively worse. And, my house was blacklisted from selling for 3 years. And I'll give you another example here. So I hired a guy to cut the grass. And he did a good job the first time. And this is always the case. Then the second time he comes, and all he does is keep fiddling and fiddling with his lawnmower. His lawnmower broke. He couldn't fix it. He couldn't do this. He couldn't do that. And then he got it fixed, and he was able to cut for a little while, and then something else broke. So I finally offered him to use my lawnmower. I figured, you know what? I just need to get the grass cut. He's here already. Let him use my lawnmower. It's already filled with gas and stuff. He ridiculously overcharged me for the cut. And then halfway through the cut, he says that the spindle broke. And he shows it to me. He pulls it out, shows it to me. And I see it's a fresh cut. Now, did he do this? Of course he did. And the reason I know he did it and it wasn't an accident set up by the perpetrators, because he hasn't been back to fix it. He kept saying that he would return, that he would fix it, that he would come over here. He was actually supposed to paint my gate. I bought the paint for it. He gave me a quote. It's been 2 weeks. Text message non-responsive. I gave this guy the benefit of the doubt. And he ripped me off again. He broke my lawnmower, and now I can't even work it. And this is what happens to targeted folks, people. It's just unbelievable. So for my favorite Bureau of Instigation, when I call you and you hang up on me, or for the Sheriff's Department, or the piece of crap county lawyer, you're all in on it. You all know what's going on here. And you don't care. So long as you're pocketing money, you greedy pieces of crap. Or if you're paid by the criminal that nominated me into this program. This is not surveillance. This is asset stripping. This is torment. This is theft of personal property. These are felony crimes, multiple, non-stop, incessant, against innocent people. Stealing the medicine for my rooster. I mean, it's despicable. Just despicable. And a lot of people, I've read some of your comments that, oh yeah, there are a lot of childish games that these people play. Well, I'm not a child anymore. I'm in my 60s. Actually, I'm turning 65 this year. I don't have time for juvenile games, for these little morons. I'm an adult, and if these people, these cowards, because that's what they are, they're cowards, because they do it behind your back, they do it in the dark, they don't want you to know who they are, which tells me that they're just cowards, they're losers. And this is all funded with our tax dollars, with your tax dollars. Everybody's tax dollars goes to fund this octopus of a program, this apparatus of a disgusting, despicable program. So we can't just blame my favorite Bureau of Instigation, although they do maintain the list, the watch list, and the nomination process. But they dole the information out to private contractors, fusion centers, fusion center operatives, the neighbors, the Citizens Watch. So there are multiple people agencies all have their little pockets in to harm an individual, to target them. It's absolutely despicable, and I believe that this is responsible for the downfall of this once great country. I really do. But anyway, folks, I'm going to go lock up, and I hear my chickens in the background there. It's nearing that time. Let's see what time it is here, folks. It is, it's just about 8 p.m. And between now and 8:30, quarter to 9, well, the guineas, they're so bad. They always go into the coop late, but the chickens are usually in by 8:30. So I'm gonna sign off because I hear a bunch of birds yapping over there, and it could be that somebody's in distress. It could be that somebody's laying an egg. It could be that there's a perpetrator on the property. So I hope everybody's doing well. This is Lorraine Alternative Homesteading on a rainy, wet Tuesday night, and I will talk to you soon.